Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today, we're going to talk about making a fork out of a clothes hanger. Stay tuned. For those of you that watch this channel, you know I like handmade stuff. There's just something special about making something yourself. I made this haversack some, 10, 12 years ago, and I really like it. It's made out of a pants leg from a pair of insulated Carhartt pants, and with just some belts and some leather to hold it together. It's all hand stitched, and I really like it. Of course, this is my hand-carved kuksa that I made and drink coffee out of. But I love handmade stuff, and so you can buy a fork, you can make one out of wood, but to have something that's durable and handmade and also has a rustic, antique, primitive sort of look, to me is a really great option. And so I want to share with you how you can make your own fork out of a clothes hanger. So let's get to that. To make this project, all you need are three things. You need a wire hanger, you need a stick, and then you're going to need some kind of a multi-tool with a wire cutter on it. Now, this is actually a pretty simple project. I tried to find the thickest hanger that I could find. Some of them are really thin, and of course you want something that's a little more substantial. What we're going to do is we're going to take in this section right here, and we're just going to cut this off, cut that in half, right there. And then right down below it, we're going to do the same thing. And just try to cut it off kind of evenly, although we're going to trim it later. Alright, so this is what we want. This is the section from the hanger. Once you've cut the hanger, the next thing you want to do is take a stick and place it in this section right here. Now you're going to notice that the hanger isn't very rounded, and so if you wish, you could kind of bend this a little bit, and as you bend a hanger, as long as you don't over bend it, it'll soften and warm up, and you can get some of that out of there, where it will start to kind of round itself, so it gives a little more of a pleasing look and not so square like this. Okay. All right. So, and you might have to play with that a little bit. I mean, again, it's just some wire, but we want to make sure that it looks halfway decent when we're done with it. All right, and so then we're going to take and we're going to go around the stick just like this, and we're going to cross it. Okay, so it's going to come across like this. You can see how that is. It's crossed like that, and then we're going to tighten it up. Okay, so we have this type of deal here, and actually, this is a stick from a bow drill set from years and years ago, and I'm just using it for this for an example. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you just simply want to start twisting. So you take the wire and you twist around. Now they're going to want to twist unevenly. One's going to want to twist more than the other, so you're going to have to bend this one down. And this takes a little bit of hand and finger strength, but it's not that big of a deal. And all you want to do is you want to just keep twisting. Twist one and then the other. Keep straightening it out. And we're going to do that all the way down. Alright, so if you've been twisting, you're going to end up with something that looks like this. Alright, and of course kind of weird and bent in odd shapes and all that. Then we're going to take our multi-tool and we're going to come over here. We get this last bend. Make sure that it's bent like it should be. And we're going to take and we're going to put a little bit of a crimp right in this section. I'm going to bend it up that way, and then we're going to take this, come out like so, and we're going to put a crimp or a bend in it right in the same area, like this. Okay? Now you can see, of course, it's kind of uneven, and that's alright because we're going to work on that. I'm going to take and just keep tweaking it until we have it until it's somewhat symmetrical. Then we're going to take the wire cutters and we're going to trim it off. And I'm going to try to make sure that this doesn't fly off somewhere. So kind of hold it in your hand. Make sure you don't pinch your fingers. Alright, and there's a little piece. Put it in the pocket so we don't lose it. Okay, so now we have a bit of a fork, and this is usable like it is, but it's very twisted and it's not very symmetrical, as you can see. And so what we're going to have to do is using the pliers, we're just going to have to take this and we're just going to keep bending it and tweaking it and straightening it out, okay, till we get it like we want it. Alright, so we've got that pretty well, and pretty well bent in the right shape and twisted. It's fairly symmetrical. It's got a nice loop on the end, fits over your finger. Of course, that has a lot to do with the size of the stick. You make sure you can slide this off of there. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the file from the multi-tool, and we are going to file a point on it. There's the file, and all we're going to do is just take it and just file it on both sides. So now that we've got our fork filed down, and they're not sharp points because I don't want it to poke holes and stuff, just have enough of a point to be able to, you know, spear the food. But now that we've got this made, this has a coating on it, and we want to start a small fire and burn all that coating off so that then it will be safe to eat off of, because I really don't want that in my food. So now that we have the fire going, we don't need a great big fire. What we need to do is just simply take this and we want to put it in the fire, and we want to let it heat up and burn off all of that coating. So we'll just lay it there and move it around as needed. As you can see, it's already turning black, and the heat is taking off all of that plastic and all that coating that we do not need or want on our food. Okay, well, little fire's about burned out, and we've got our roasting fork, our cooking fork, eating fork. You can use this for all kinds of stuff. Nicely done and cleaned off, but it's still pretty hot. So what I'm going to do, my bottle here, you do not want to touch this, of course, and I'll just pour it right on the fire and on the fork. Of course, this will rinse it off and also help it to clean and cool to the touch, we hope. We have a can here of pear slices and the fork we just made. So let's open this up and let's see how our fork works. First, we've got to drink some of the juice. All right, there we go. Works really good, just like a fork is supposed to. And what's neat is this project, other than starting the fire and a few things like that, I mean, you can literally do this in 5 to 10 minutes. All right, I'm going to finish this can of pear slices, and I really appreciate you watching the video. Go get you an old hanger and make you one. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description box below. And if you would, please share this video on your social media platforms. That'll help us out a lot. On top of all of that, don't forget to press the bell button to stay notified of all of our upcoming videos. And for those of you who are interested, I've added a Patreon link down below. And if you want to support the channel, that'd be a great help to us as we try to make this the best YouTube and bushcraft channel that we can possibly make it. So thank you for watching. We appreciate all of you so very much. Thank you for all your support and all your views and all the kind comments. And we'll talk to you next time.